Today, I'm gonna compare two phone gimbals, the Moza Mini S Essential versus the Hohem iSteady X. And I'm gonna section this video off into why should I pick the Hohem iSteady X and why should I pick the Moza Mini S. So let's just start off with why should I pick the iSteady X first. To get the biggest one out the way, when you look at them both, it's obvious that the Hohem iSteady X is the one meant for traveling. The size of that gimbal is very pocketable and it can fit almost anywhere. It's very simple to use too. In the front, you do have buttons which tells you exactly what it does right up front, and it does have a single joystick. And because it's smaller, you do have the benefit of not attracting a lot of attention. I would say this is a great tool if you're just capturing a moment here, a moment there, especially when you're traveling. This gimbal do have locking points, so when you're not using it in the city, it's nice that you can lock off the motors so it's not swinging around. Now, not only this gimbal is smaller, it's also stronger as well. So the iSteady X can hold up to 280 grams, whereas on the Moza, that thing can go up to 260. It's nice that if you do have a bigger and heavier phone, it's nice that the gimbal is still compatible. The big pro about this gimbal is it's small, but that's also a con as well. Because this is so small, it's going to be hard or not as comfortable when you're using it. If you're planning to use this gimbal all day, I'm pretty sure you will be using the joystick and pressing on the buttons, which will make your fingers or hand cramp. Not unless you have really small hands. Now let's move on to why should I pick the Moza Mini S. I would recommend the Moza Mini S if you're not doing a lot of traveling. If you're planning to shoot locally at home, I don't think it's as important to have the smallest and lightest gimbal. Since this gimbal is bigger, the handling and comfortability is way better. And also the motors are smoother. When I'm panning and tilting, it's nice that it slowly goes with me. If you're the type of person that's more on the creative filmmaking side, especially if you want to capture that cinematic moment, then I think this is going to be the better choice. This gimbal also has way more buttons, so if you are that creative person, if you want more control, this is also a good thing. But this can be a pro or con depending on who you are. If you're that type of person who just wants to turn it on, capture the moment, then having too much buttons to mess around with, I think this is not going to be the right one for you. So I would recommend the Moza Mini S for the person who wants to have more control, who knows what they're doing, and is just more creative. Now moving on to my final thoughts, I know that Moza has the one with the extension pole, and I think that really focuses more on the social aspect, but in the end, I think a lot of people would pick the smaller and lighter gimbal over the Moza Mini S. It's nice to be able to take selfies of yourself and with friends, but I think a lot of them would most likely pick the smaller one anyways because it can fit in their pocket. Whereas on the Moza Mini S, I think it's kind of hard to be able to fit into like little clutch bags or even purses. So those are my reasons why you should pick one over the other. If you are interested in getting any of these items, I do have the links down below. Please follow me on Instagram, give a like, subscribe, hit the bell, and thanks for watching.